Hi everyone, hope you all are good. So, we're going to start with grade 9 maths. So, you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then, you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll now down to grade 9 and then click on view all lessons. So, there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter data and graphs. Let's just start with the lessons. They are interpret bar graphs, line graphs, and histograms, interpret stem and leaf plots, circle graphs, and interpret blocks and whisker plots. Let's just start with the okay, let's just start with the first lesson, that is interpret bar graphs, line graphs, and histogram. Okay, here I'm on grade 9 math. The chapter is data and graphs. Let's just start with the lesson interpret bar graphs, line graphs, and histogram. So basically, we're going to learn how do we read data from the histograms, bar graphs, and line graphs. Let's just start with the lesson. The student at Perry Middle School are raising money for a few auditoriums. How much money did the eighth graders raise in July? So you have to calculate the money they raise in July. Here is July. Purple one is the for eighth graders. Just match it to the y-axis. It would be 50. That means the value received in July by $50. Got it? Let's just start with the no. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay. Each year, the Auckland School District publishes its annual budget, which includes information on the sports program per student spending. In which year was the per student spend budget $95? You need to see which year the student budget is $95. So here you have 95. Just match if you have a point. Yes, there we have a point. That means in 2014, per student sports budget is $95. It would be 2014. Okay, the next one is Miss Becker reported her student scores on the most recent quiz. Which range was the most students? So, which is the correct up? You have to look at the range where you have most of the students. So, just look at the bar that is here. You can see that would be the highest one, and it matches to 8. That means you have to look at the range of this line. Got it? It would be here. You have given the range that would be 20 to 29. So, the correct option is very good. Option C is the correct option. Okay, some students were polled about the paper they used to note taking. How many students used college ruled paper in 2010, which is the correct option? Here you have 2010. Just look at the values. How many students used college ruled paper? Uh, how many students used college paper in 2010? Here you have 2010. Just match the value. It would be, you have to see how many students used college red. Okay, you have to look at the red line. It would be 20. So the correct option is 20, not 60. That would be 20. Got it? You have to look for the other side. A hot dog stand kept track of the number of hot dogs sold each day. How many hot dogs did the stand sell on stall send did the stand sell on Wednesday? So, which is the correct option? How many hot dogs were sold on Wednesday? Just look at the graph on Wednesday. On Wednesday, it would be, yes, you can just match the line to the x axis, so it would be 90. The correct option is 90. Okay, the next one is, a sports fan decided to examine the patterns of medals won by criteria countries at several Olympic Games. How many more medals did France win in 2010 in? You have to look at the medals. More medals did France win in 2010 2024? So 2000, and on France, here is France, and the 2000 it is 40, and 2010 it will be 35. So that means you have five more in 2004, then 2010. Okay, to pattern trends, and investors studied the price of the gold over time. In which year did an ounce of gold cost $60? So which is the correct option? You have to see did the ounce did in which year did an ounce of gold cost $60? So just see 60 and match it. Here you have 60, the price per ounce. Just look at the point and match it to the x-axis. It would be 1972. So the correct option is 1972. A Girl Scout troop recorded how many boxes of cookies they sold each day for a week. On which day on the graph did the Girl Scout troops sell the fewest boxes of four cookies? So, which is the correct option? On which day On which day on the graph did the Girl Scout troop sell the fewest boxes on cookies? So the fewest point is this one, and that would be yes, Saturday is the correct option. Option B is the correct one. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is interpret stem and leaf plots. Let's just start with the next lesson. Okay, this morning, Mr. Brook released the scores from last week's spelling test. How many students scored exactly 44 points? So you can see that is a table for the stem and leaf plot. Got it? So how do we record a value? You just have to combine one value from the stem and one value for the leaf. So when you combine them, they make okay. How many students scored exactly 44? So you can see here you have 4 and here you have 1, 2, 3. You have 3 times 4 in the leaf. That means 3 students scored 44, exactly 44. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay. A city planner counted the number of floors per building in downtown area. How many buildings have at least 10 floors but fewer than 30 floors? So you have to select the values that is minimum 30 and it would be how many buildings have at least 10 floors but fewer than 30. Okay. You have just three values 1 and 9, 19, 20, 20, and 22. You have just three values that are greater than less than 30. You have just three. Okay, at their family reunion, the Tang family recorded everyone's age. What is the age of the youngest person? So, which is the correct option? You have to age of the youngest person. You have the one is the youngest leaf. It would be 13. Very good. While hanging Christmas lights for neighbors, Carson counted the number of broken lights on each string. How many strings had less than 90 broken lights? So you have to count down the numbers that are less than 9. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 6. The correct option is 6. All the values are less than 90. Just count them. You have 6 values. Okay, Paula, who rents properties for a living, mayor all the office in the building she is renting. How many offices are at least 32 square meters but less than 57 square meters? So it is the correct option. 32 square meters but less than 57. So 32, you have to count the values that are between 32 and 57. Got it? So 32, you have 34, 33, 34, 36, 37, 37, 39, 41, 45, 46, 47, 52, 33, 33, 53, and 55. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. They are 14. So the correct option is 14. Okay, the next one is at pet store owner had a pet store owner had her staff count the number of fish in each tank. What is the largest number of fish per tank? So which is the highest value in the tank? Largest number of fish. That would be the largest number you can make from the values is 53. So it would be 53. Okay, the next one is the architecture. The architecture students counted the number of bricks in each building in their neighborhood. How many buildings have the least value? 10 bricks and but fewer than 40 bricks. So which is the correct option? You have to count for the values that are the largest value, at least 10 bricks but fewer than 40. So that means the values that are greater than 10 and less than 40. So which is the correct option? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the correct option is yes, that would be 12. At a candy factory, butterscotch candies were packaged into bags of different sizes. How many bags had exactly 55 butterscotch candies? So which is the correct option? - 55. You have two values that are exactly 55. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is circle graphs. So let's see how do we work with circle graphs. So customers to a shopping at a shopping center took a poll about their favorite pie. Okay, so here is the poll. If 80 people were surveyed, how many people voted for the blueberry, then the strawberry? So here you have blueberry 25%. So you have to calculate 25% of 80. Got it? Because you have 80 people surveyed. So 80 times 0.5 is 20. That means 20 people voted for blueberry. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, Windle requires all dogs to be registered with the city and keep records of the distribution of different breeds, which is list is arranged from least common breed to the most common breed. You can arrange them by German Shepherd, then you have Bulldogs, and then you have Beagles. So I think option number B is the correct option. Okay, people walking in downtown Campbell took a poll about their favorite months. If 80 people were surveyed, how many people voted for October? So, which is the correct option? So, you have to calculate the value for the October. So, you have 15% in the October. So, basically, you have to calculate the 15% of 80. Got it? You have to calculate 15% of 80. Let's just calculate 15% of 80. It would be 55 over 100 times 80. That means 0.15 times 80. So let's just calculate the value. It would be 0.15 times 80. That is 12. That means that would be 12. And that means 12 people waited for the October. So the correct option is October. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, people walking in downtown Summerfield were interviewed about their favorite sports. So, if 42 people were surveyed, how many more people voted for track than for soccer? So, which is the correct option? You have to calculate the 15. Track is one third. You have to calculate one third of 42. You have to calculate one third of 42. Got it? One third of 42. It would be 3 times 1 is 3 and 3 times 4 is 12. That would be 14. Got it? That means 42 of the peoples were 14 of the people voted for the track than for soccer. 7. Okay, you need to see how much more. So you have to calculate 1/6 of 42, that would be 7. So when you subtract 14 minus 7, that would be 7. Okay, the next one is the city of Hilldales had 6 local newspapers to serve at the local community. Which newspaper is the fewest subscribers? So which is the correct option? Which newspaper has the fewest subscribers? You have to calculate the, you can see the Hilldale's has the smallest part, that would be 10%. So that means it has option, which is the correct option, Hilldale. Option number D is the correct option. Okay, the next one is a fisherman recorded the weight of his catch broken down by the type of friend. If the fisherman caught a total of 66 kilograms of fish, how many kilograms of salmon did he catch? So salmon is 2 by 11th. Just calculate 2 by 11th of 66. It would be 2 over 11 times 66. 11 times 1 is 11. 11 times 6 is 66. So you have to do 66 times 2. That is 132. So that means it is 132 kilograms. 12, sorry, 6 times 2 is 12. So that means the correct option is 12 kgs. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson. Okay, and the next lesson is interpret box and whisker plots. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, two biology teachers, Mrs. Armstrong and Mrs. Hamilton, are comparing their students' test scores. These box and whisker plots show the result. Okay, which class has the minimum value that is lower? You have to calculate the minimum value. Got it? So the minimum value of Mr. Armstrong is 50 points, and the minimum value of Mr. Hamilton is 55 points. So minimum would be 50. Got it? That means the minimum mass value is the lower for the Mrs. Armstrong. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, a charitable organization that donates shoes is trying to find out where the greatest need is. They surveyed students to ask how many pairs of shoes they own. The box and whisker plot shows the result. What is the range? You have to calculate the range. So, how do you calculate the range? That would be the highest value of the graph is 10 and the smallest is 4. So, for the range, you have to do 10 minus 4. That would be 6. That means you have total 6 pair of shoes. Okay, the next one is students in a statistics class are mapping the heights of their family members. The box of whisker plot shows the result. What percent of family members are shown between 155 to 137 centimeter tall? So it would be, I think, just 25%. Let me just see. 50%. Between 155 and 175, there are three sections. Each one is 25. Okay, together they contain 75. Okay, you have. Okay, the thing you learn is you have to see from 155. Okay, here is 165. Here is 155. From here to 175 from here. So how many sections? It would be three sections. So that it would be 75%. Okay, Sean, who is considering purchasing a new car, is comparing fuel efficiency between models of by Automaker 1 and Automaker 2. These box and whisker plots the show the result. Which automaker has minimum value that is longer? So, which is the correct option? Minimum value that is lower. So, which one has the lower? Automaker 2. Automaker 2 starts from 20. Automaker 3 starts from 22. Automaker 1. So, that means Automaker 2 is the one who has minimum value. Option number B is the correct option. Okay, the next one is a music teacher is curious as to whether his students own all their music in MP3 or if they still can listen to CDs. He asks them to go home and count CDs. The box and whisker plot shows the result. What percent of the students own 10 or more car? So all the values are greater than 10. That means 100%. Got it? A bus company is examining how many people from Keenwood and Dayton ride each of its buses in a year. These box and whisker plot shows the result. Which city has a maximum value that is lower? So who has the minimum value? Dayton has the minimum value. Got it? Option number B is the correct option. Okay, the next one is the students in a class kept track of how many books they read. They each read in a year. The box and whisker plot shows the result. What is the value of the upper quartile? So, which is the correct option? What is the value of the upper quartile? So, which is the correct option? It would be 40. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So, we are working on grade 9 maths. The chapter we're working on is Data and graphs and the lessons we have covered from the chapter are we have started with the chapter interpret bar graphs, line graphs, and histogram. Then interpret stem and leaf plots, then circle graphs, and we just did interpret bar and it interpret box and whisker plots. So please make sure before the next session you have to complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. So if you have any question, please ask. Any questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.